So, the story begins with showing a girl named Maria, whose father had passed away a few days ago. Maria, along with everyone else, attends her father's funeral. Maria now lives with a caretaker named Haley, who takes care of all her needs. After her father's death, Maria became completely alone. However, the properties that belonged to Maria's father were seized by her other brothers, leaving only a very thick book in Maria's name, which was handed over to her. Maria started reading the book very thoroughly. The book contained the story of a princess. The princess was extremely beautiful, and her entire skin was shining like the moon. Compared to the princess, all the other ladies were nothing. Happily, Moon granted the princess a boon, giving her a lot of shining magical pearls. These pearls had the ability to understand the deepest desires of a person and fulfill them. Maria was very happy with this and kept the pearls with her for future use. Now, the princess belonged to a tribe where she falls in love with a man named Rolf. They decide to get married to continue their lineage. On the wedding day, Rolf's father, William, is very happy and gifts them a rare black lion. Rolf had gifted his princess a beautiful white horse. Because of these gifts, the princess became very happy. On her wedding day, she took out these magical pearls to give her husband Rolf, allowing him to fulfill anyone's desires. The princess shared these magical pearls with Rolf and everyone present, deciding to give them to her husband, Rolf. Now, the entire scene transitions to the present time where Maria becomes alone after her father's passing. Maria, along with her caretaker Haley, starts heading towards Moonacre, where her uncle Ben resides. Moonacre is a grand house, a moon palace, and the only place where Maria's family members are known to care for her well-being. Hence, Maria and Haley continue moving toward that place. However, along the way, some strange people suddenly attacked them. Both of them managed to save their lives and somehow reach the moon palace. After a while, Maria's uncle Ben and sister arrived and were staring at Maria, looking at how beautiful she was. Although Haley tried to tell Ben that they were attacked on the way, Ben wasn't interested in these matters. Therefore, he simply asked them to come inside. Uncle Ben showed Haley to her room, and then directed Maria to her room. Afterward, Uncle Ben left the room. Since Maria always slept with Haley, she wasn't used to sleeping alone. However, as soon as Maria entered her room, she found the structure quite beautiful. The walls were colorful, and the ceiling resembled stars. A bonfire in the middle of the room illuminated it beautifully. Maria liked these details very much and chose to stay. But after a short while, when Uncle Ben came into the room, he discovered Maria's book. As soon as Ben saw the book, he took it from Maria. She insisted, saying that it was her book and demanded it back. However, without saying anything, Ben took the book and placed it in his library, leaving it there. During dinner, Maria kept asking Ben repeatedly about her book, but Ben refused to respond, saying he didn't like people talking during meals. He told her to eat quietly and assured that the book was safely kept. Ben had become very rude towards Maria, even insulting her father. Maria was deeply hurt by this, and she decided to leave. However, after a while, Ben realized his mistake and apologized to Maria, understanding that she was still a child. Therefore, Ben explained to Maria and Haley that the people who attacked them on the way were members of the Dinoir tribe. Ben advised them not to enter the forest under any circumstances. Slowly, Maria and Haley began exploring all the new places. Maria rode a white horse for the first time and really enjoyed it. She became quite comfortable with her new surroundings. Uncle Ben and his sister were impressed by Maria's adaptability. Seeing her growth, Ben allowed her to go outside the palace, but he strictly warned her not to enter the forest. However, Maria was determined. She began venturing deeper into the forest, where the Dinoir tribe began. While exploring, Maria heard noises nearby. It was a rabbit trapped in a cage. As Maria approached to free the rabbit, Robin, a member of the Dinoir tribe who had attacked Maria and Haley earlier, appeared. Before Maria could react, several Dinoir members surrounded her, trying to capture her. Just then, Uncle Ben's dog, Rolf, arrived. Rolf growled at the tribe members, scaring them away and forcing them to flee. In a short time, Robin and his members ran far away from the scene. Robin, along with his friends, fled to meet his father, informing him about the girl who had come with a dog and scared them away. When Robin and his father returned to the place with his entire army, Maria had already taken the rabbit far away from the scene. Maria safely returns to her palace, where the black dog that had helped her earlier was with her. She feels relieved that she wasn't hurt. That night, Maria experiences strange visions. Through the window, she sees a white, glowing horse circling around, but she can't get a clear view of it. Above her room, structures are crumbling, with stars visibly breaking apart, as if they are part of reality. In the morning, Maria asks Ben about these strange visions, but he gives no answer. In fact, he seems emotionally distant and soon leaves Maria alone, heading far away. Shortly after, the same black dog returns to Maria, guiding her through the palace corridors into a mysterious chamber. Inside, there is a magnificent cook, who listens to Maria's concerns. She shares her strange visions and asks for advice on how to deal with them. The cook suggests that Maria should read her father's books, believing they may provide the answers she seeks. Following the cook's advice, Maria heads directly to Ben's library to read her father's books. She starts reading a story about the princess who had recently married Wolf. As Maria reads, she becomes deeply engrossed in the narrative, and the old timeline begins again. The story unfolds from the time when the princess was about to marry Wolf. As the princess tells everyone about the magical pearls, people, especially Wolf's family, become greedy. Wolf's family wanted to take the magical pearls for themselves and use them selfishly. Wolf, too, becomes possessive and starts deliberately taking the pearls from the princess. Eventually, the princess realizes that these people, especially Wolf's family, are extremely greedy. Wolf's family begins torturing the princess's family to get what they want. Angry at all these events, the princess gathers the magical pearls in a corner and curses the entire moonacre. She declared that when this moon reaches its 5,000th cycle, a terrifying darkness would engulf the entire moonacre, trapping everyone inside. No one would be able to escape, meaning their lives would remain forever stuck within the boundaries of moonacre. After explaining everything, the princess takes the magical pearls and departs far away. Maria now learns all these details, and the cook explains to her the possible conditions. He tells Maria that the curse can only be broken when another moon princess, like her, arrives. The cook emphasizes that she is the other moon princess, and only she has the power to break the curse and prevent moonacre from sinking into darkness. This can only happen if both families come together. The shocking part is that, very soon, the upcoming moon night is the 5,000th cycle, the exact night when moonacre will plunge into total darkness. Maria, hearing all of this, becomes deeply scared. However, she realizes that she must find a solution, as she is destined to become the next moon princess. Continuing her search, Maria travels through the forest until she reaches a place where she meets a lady named Laven. Maria is stunned because Laven's face resembles that of the princess. Later, it is revealed that Laven is also a moon princess, who had previously tried to break the same curse. Laven wanted to unite both families to break the curse once and for all, but unfortunately, her efforts were unsuccessful. Feeling helpless, Maria tells Laven that perhaps she should seek help from Ben. He must have some solution to offer. Laven grew angry with Maria and said, "Don't ever mention that man's name again." She explained that the moon princess had hidden her magical pearls in a box, but Wolf's father had stolen the box. The key to that box was held by a man named George, who, as it turns out, was Maria's father. Maria suddenly remembered that her father's book had a key as a bookmark on one of its pages. When she retrieved it, they discovered that it was the same key to the box containing the magical pearls. Following Maria's lead, Laven takes her to the tribe that possesses the box. As they reach the starting point of the tribe, Laven becomes terrified and flees the scene, leaving Maria alone. Without any other option, Maria walks straight into the tribe and asks the leader about the box. However, just then, Robin, her father, and several of his accomplices arrive and capture Maria. Robin speaks to Maria rudely and takes the key from her, using it to quickly open the box. To their shock, the magical pearls are missing. No one has any idea where they've gone or who possesses them. Meanwhile, Robin and his followers imprison Maria in a nearby jail. Filled with anger, Maria lashes out at Robin and strikes him, causing his armor to loosen. Back at home, Ben becomes increasingly worried as Maria is not present. He realizes she went into the forest, and now, with dawn approaching, Maria cleverly escapes from the jail. Robin and his friends notice her escape and start chasing her. However, Maria cleverly hides inside a tree, allowing her pursuers to pass by. Shortly after, Wolf, Ben's dog, arrives and helps her escape further. Maria is taken inside the palace by Wolf, where she tries to explain to her uncle Ben why she went into the forest. However, Ben is furious and shouts at Maria, saying that she has broken the rules and that she is entirely responsible. Maria, deeply hurt, retreats to her room. A little while later, Ben feels remorse for yelling at Maria so harshly. In her room, Laven arrives, extremely happy to see Maria. But Maria is still upset with Laven for leaving her alone in the forest. Laven, apologizing, brings a beautiful dress for Maria, a moon princess dress. Both wear the dress and come out looking stunning. They enter a room with a grand piano, where they begin playing together. After a while, Maria stands in front of a mirror and experiences strange visions. In the vision, she sees that Laven and her uncle Ben were in love and were ready to marry each other. However, Ben's discovery that Laven is from the Danner tribe changes everything. The Danner tribe, it is revealed, is notorious for its cruelty, looting, and selfishness. Ben despises them and refuses to be associated with such people. This drives a wedge between him and Laven, causing their breakup. Heartbroken, Laven leaves her home and retreats into a secret forested area where she lives alone. Before leaving, Laven advises Maria to try speaking with Ben once more. However, Maria is hesitant. Laven insists that it's too late for reconciliation, as their paths can no longer cross. After this, Laven departs, leaving Maria alone once again. Later, Maria approaches her servant who is removing a framed picture from the wall. The photo frame, which was placed when Maria first arrived at the house, begins to move mysteriously. Maria, along with the cook and his friends, observes this magical movement and realizes that the frame holds a clue. It points toward a large tree deep within the forest, where the magical pearls once taken by the Moon Princess are hidden. Hearing this, Maria becomes excited and determined to find the pearls. The cook explains that reaching the tree will require the help of someone trustworthy, and that person is none other than Robin. Upon hearing Robin's name, Maria instantly hesitates, her face turning sour, saying she won't accept his help. However, with no other options left, she eventually agrees. Before venturing into the forest, Maria writes letters to Ben and Laven, one under Ben's name for Laven and vice versa, hoping they will read them and arrange a meeting. Upon receiving their respective letters, Ben and Laven are overjoyed and begin making plans to meet. Soon, Ben and Laven meet at the palace. However, after a while, they realize that Maria orchestrated the entire plan to reunite them. They apologize to each other and reconcile. Meanwhile, knowing that Maria is deep in the forest searching for the magical pearls, Ben, Laven, and the cook, along with the palace servants, head into the forest. Word spreads to Robin's father that Maria has entered the forest, and he becomes aware of her quest. After estimating her location, Robin began preparing to capture Maria. Maria lured Robin into her trap by tempting him with the promise of freedom if he took her on a tour of the entire forest and guided her to the largest tree. With no other choice, Robin agrees and starts leading Maria through the forest. Along the way, the cook and the other servants taunt Uncle Ben and Laven for their broken relationship. Eventually, both realize that being apart is not beneficial for anyone. Maria is then surrounded by the Run tribe members who try to capture her. They first hide Robin to ensure Maria is caught easily. However, Maria spots a horse in front of her, shining brightly, similar to the visions she had seen before. She quickly follows the horse, which takes her to a magical tree containing the magical jewels. At that moment, Robin's father arrives and captures Maria red-handed. He takes her along with his companions to his palace. But Robin, unable to watch Maria in that condition, fights off his men and rescues her, running together into the magical tree. As they flee, they disappear inside the tree, avoiding their pursuers. The cave was pitch dark, but Maria managed to find where the magical jewels were hidden. She quickly took them and began making her way out. At that moment, Robin's father and his companions entered the tree. Maria and Robin escape through a hidden tunnel, with the white horse aiding them in their escape. They manage to exit the cave safely and immediately rush to Uncle Ben. However, Robin's father and several of his allies are following closely behind. The most terrifying moment arrives when the moon is fully about to rise. If the moon fully rises, according to the curse, the entire area will be cursed forever, submerging it in darkness. To break the curse, both tribes must unite and use the magical jewels to rid themselves of all negative intentions. If they then throw the magical jewels into the sea, the curse will be lifted. However, Robin's father still desires to take the magical jewels. At that moment, his daughter, Laven, intervenes. She convinces her father that he is better off without the jewels and should focus on becoming a good person, without arrogance and destruction. Hearing these words from his daughter, he begins to understand. Uncle Ben and Robin's father finally take the magical jewels into their hands and declare that they are ending the divisions between their families. Yet, in their hearts, a lingering enmity remains. They refuse to perform the ritual. When Maria finds out about this, she becomes incredibly angry. She grabs the magical jewels and moves towards the sea. The first time she throws the jewels into the sea, it rejects them. Confused, Maria breaks the magical jewels into pieces and throws them again, only to see the sea accept them, breaking the curse once and for all. This time, the sea still didn't accept her. The magical jewels mysteriously attached themselves to Maria's body and wouldn't come off. Maria saw the moon was about to rise, and she knew she had to perform the ritual. Therefore, she made a final decision and plunged into the water without removing the jewels. Maria eventually submerged the jewels in the water before the moon rose. However, it seemed as though falling into the water would lead to her death. She continued sinking deeper, everyone believing it was the end for Maria. Suddenly, massive waves began to emerge from the sea. These waves carried magical horses, who saved Maria by carrying her on their backs. A while later, everyone watched as Maria was safely brought to shore on one of the horses' backs. Everyone, especially Uncle Ben, was overjoyed to see Maria safe. It was confirmed that the curse was entirely broken. No darkness would ever consume this place after the moonlit night. Uncle Ben and Laven also decided to leave their past behind and rekindle their love, agreeing to marry each other. Uncle Ben and Laven looked incredibly happy. Maria was now the new Moon Princess. The entire palace was handed over to her, and with this beautiful ending, the story concludes here.